Welcome. Welcome everyone to your rhythm syncopation class. It's going to be really fun. It's nice to see you here. If you are joining me on Facebook, write in the comments to say you are with us for another rhythm class. If you're joining me on YouTube, yay, hello. So I wrote up a chart for rhythm and syncopation. I noticed that some of you guys fall off the wagon in your rhythm as the music gets harder. So I wanted to really just work on rhythm this month for you guys, okay? Hold on. These are short, concise classes. I want to keep them 10 to 15 minutes so that we just keep working on our rhythm, and then you can go practice your music, okay? A little bit of rhythm every day is going to go a long way. Hello, Teresa. Hello, Shu. Nice to see you from Alaska and from Sin City, Nevada. That's Teresa. Okay. Listen, guys. I'm going to quickly go over the rhythms that we already know, and then we're going to go right into some syncopation, okay? So I gave you guys a PDF. I hope you were able to print it out. If not, you can go print it out and watch this or jump in a few minutes. But in the PDF, I just wrote down the way that rhythm gets faster and faster. So quarter note, eighth note, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and triplets, 2, 3, 4 and sixteenths. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So let's all do only one bar of each of those rhythms, okay? Quarter notes, eighth notes, triplets, and 16th notes, okay? We're gonna do one bar of each of those as they get faster. So we have to be able to rhythmically convert from quarters to eighths to triplets to 16ths. You ready? One bar of each. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Eighths. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and triplets. 16ths. I tended to rush on the 16ths. All right, now let's do it backwards. We're going to start with 16ths, go to triplets, go to eighth notes, go to quarter notes. Or if you have the rhythm and syncopation PDF, if you need it, you can message me and I'll send it to you. Easy. All I have to do is click to send it to you. But we're going to be starting at bar 13, doing one bar of 16ths, one bar of triplets, one bar of eighth notes, one bar of quarter notes. So we're getting slower. You ready? One bar of each rhythm. Ready? Go. 16ths. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. Triplets. Eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Quarters. Let's try that again, all right? Same thing, 16ths, triplets, eighth notes, quarter notes. And quarter notes is your big beat, okay? You ready? 16ths, and then go backwards. Ready, go. 2, 3, 4. Triplets, 1, 2, 3, 4, eighth notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and quarters, 1, 2, 3, 4. As I'm watching myself here on two screens, the thought just came into my head, you're kind of a genius, Marcy Brown. But really, we all are. I mean, this is really tricky study, right? It's not really that easy, but we've just gotten good at it. The other thing that's interesting here is that all of you cellists out there are different level cellists, but when we come to the rhythm, you guys are all created equal, right? It doesn't matter if you're in Suzuki Book 1 or Suzuki Book 5 or whatever. We're all in a certain place in rhythm without the cello, right? So that's really interesting too. Like you can be in Suzuki Book 1 and be really good at rhythms from like other experiences that you've had, you know? So that's really interesting to see where everyone is with their rhythms. Okay, when we are doing rhythms in music, composers will combine all the rhythms. So you have to do all the things. Wouldn't it be nice if you only had to do all 16ths in a bar, or it's all eighth notes? Isn't that nice when that happens, right? But not only do you have to do different notes, you have to do different combinations of rhythm all the time, right? Which is what makes it so fun and interesting and tricky. So we're gonna get harder in our rhythm. Last time, if you were in the last few classes, we combined some of our rhythms, like we did 1 bar of 16ths and then 1 bar of 8ths, and we did that back and forth a little, right? So that's an interesting and valid study. Now I want to add syncopation to your studies, okay? Because a lot of you fall off the bandwagon when we have syncopation, okay? So look at number 1 on your chart, and if you don't have the music, you can just feel it and clap along with me too, okay? So here's number 1. I'm going to put I want you to look at the syllables above the staff, okay? It tells you where the beat is. So 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Sometimes in rests we go like this for a quarter note rest. Sometimes that's fun to do, okay? So you got 1 and 2 and. So that and 2 and, notice that's 3 eighth notes, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right? But when you say and 2 and, it lets you know where the big beat is. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's why it's really good to learn that terminology. But if it's holding you back, always do what you're faster at and what you feel better at, okay? All right, I'm going to do 4 bars of this, and then I want you to join me for it, okay? Ready, go. Number 1. All right, now you can do it with me. You ready? Number 1. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. The tricky part is to land on your feet on the 3rd beat, right? So you have to count 1 and 2 and 3. Know where you are because you're not playing anything. So you have to mark time even though you're not playing anything, or you'll look up and you're lost, right? That's what happens. Okay, number 2 sounds like this. Okay, let's all try that. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Okay, you're landing on the 3 in the right spot because that's really, really important to do. All right, if you need to practice this, just stop it, practice it, and go back and do it with me again. All right, number 3 gets a little trickier. Your rhythm's gonna be like we just did, but then instead of resting on 3 and 4, you're gonna be repeating that rhythm. Okay, let's all try it. Number 2. We just did number 2, I think. Yeah, let's do number 3. Ready, go. Number 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Okay, that could be tricky. If that's hard for you, I would suggest clap just one bar of it and stop. Clap one bar again and stop, and then sew the 2 bars together, okay? All right, now we're gonna try number 4. This is gradually getting a little bit harder, okay? Here's a bar of number 4. 3, 4. So you want to say your syllables. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you're landing on the ands, okay? Let's all try it. Number 4 for 4 bars. You ready? Ready, go. Again, 1 and 2 and 1 and 1 and. Maybe that's tricky for you. Let's see. Hello, Kim. Hello, April. Hello, Shu from Germany. Nice to see you. Wie geht's, Sue Schlot? It's nice to see you. Okay, so we just did number 4, right? And next we're going to do number 5, which some people in my TCI 3 class just now said is the easiest in a way of all the rhythms. Okay? So number 5 holds over. Each one holds over. So it sounds like this. Now, if you just listen to it, anyone can do this, right? But what beat of the bar are we on is the question, right? That's what you want to keep in your head. 1 and 2 and, oops, wait a minute. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. That's what I want you to be thinking, okay? So let's see. And 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the tricky part, okay? So see if you can get those syllables, or as my dad would say, see if you can get the accent on the right syllable. Love you, Dad. My dad is 101 years old, and he's still amazing. Okay, so number 5 goes like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and, okay? That's how it goes. Let's all try it. See if you can keep 1, 2, 3, 4 going in your brain. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. 1, 2. That's it. Everybody write in the chat how you did. Was it a Y for yes or a N for no? Give me an adjective, because I love to read your adjectives as to how you did on this. Listen, guys, if you need deeper help with your cello playing, I have classes available. Please message me. I've got a 3-month program and I have a 6-month program happening, okay? Also, there will be another rhythm class next week. Watch this again. If you had trouble with the rhythm, practice your rhythms, watch it again and see if you can get more of it. Syncopation trips people up. Sometimes it's easy for you. So write if it was easy or hard, if it's a yes or a no in the comments, okay? A Y or an N. Shu says she loves rhythm. Right, Shu, you get to work on it outside of your cello problems, right? That's why it's really good. Hello, Barbara from Germany. Teresa says it's a Y. April says it's a Y. Okay, good. So here's what's going to happen. Next class, our syncopations are going to get combined. So this was great. We had 4 bars of repetitive 1-bar rhythms, 1-bar repetitive pattern, and next week we're going to combine them together. For example, let's do number 3 and number 4 alternating, right? Or we're going to do number 1 and number 5 alternating, something like that. We're going to do 8th notes, a bar of 8th notes, and a bar of number 4, a bar of 8th notes, and a bar of number 4. Something like that. It'll be really fun combining these patterns, okay? But first I want you to make sure you understand the syncopations and that you work on syncopation, because that's really tricky for a lot of people. Some of you are just good naturally at it. Again, whatever level you are in the cello is not necessarily the level you are in rhythm, right? You might be really good on the cello, but not so good at rhythm because you haven't worked on it that much. You might be really good at rhythm because you played the drums, but you didn't play the cello before, but you haven't played the cello as much, right? So that's very, very interesting. Hi, Kim. All right, guys, I will see you guys next week. Watch this again if you need to. And it's always fun hanging out with you. Hello, my YouTube audience. Today I remembered to do a YouTube live as well, so that's fun, right? Okay, guys, I will see you next week for class number 4 of the rhythm, We've Got Rhythm classes, okay? All right. I will talk to you later. Over and out from the Cello Guru.